Let's not talk about that. That upsets me. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, plus 600, I guess I could look at that as, let me put some money down right now. And when Kirk Cousins lights up the NFC East, I'm going to get a nice little return on my investment. Yeah. But anyway, let's move on to the let's save the Redskins. Let's go matchup by matchup here. So, New York Giants.
All right, so I want to dive in with, I don't know a whole lot about the New York Giants.
Do you want me to can I go through their offseason moves?
Yeah, you can go into their offseason moves.
I mean, last year they were 11-5, second in the NFC East, and they lost in the wild card round. They added Brandon Marshall through free agency and offensive lineman DJ Fluker. And then they didn't have many draft picks. They got tight end Evan Ingram in the first round.
He's going to be good.
Yeah, I think so. He's going to be another one of those annoying tight ends in the NFC East that always dominate the Redskins.
Yeah.
Then they got, in the second round, D-tackle Dalvin Tomlinson. And then their fifth-round pick was a D-end Avery Moss. They lost Victor Cruz, of course.
Right.
And I don't even know why this is under significant losses on some of these sites, but kicker, Robbie Gould.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Josh Brown last year.
Oh, that guy's a bastard. They gave him one game, and he wrote a journal about how he beat his wife 20 times, and then they give Zeke 6, and they can't prove that he did it.
Yeah, but Josh Brown decided to retire or quit, whatever.
I would too.
And he's white.
He's also white.
Oh, my gosh. So as far as the Giants go, I think obviously they're going to have a good defense held by Landon Collins back there.
God, I wanted Landon Collins so bad.
That dude is
Sean
such
Taylor
a stud.
2.0.
Yeah, absolutely. I think their biggest question mark, whether or not they can win or not, is based off of their running backs. Obviously, their wide receivers with OBJ. They got Brandon Marshall, and Sterling Shepard is his name. Yes. I think they have 4 backs right now that are competing for a job. Shane Vereen, Orleans Darkwa, Galman is who they drafted, which you mentioned, from Clemson. And then they got Perkins starting, which...
Paul Perkins.
Paul Perkins. I've never...
Did you remember that game that we were at?
Yes.
When
No.
the Giants were playing for nothing and we had a playoff spot on the line?
Spot,
yeah. Paul Perkins was that little twerp that was running down our throats the entire game.
I think we went to 2 of those games last year, the Panthers and the Giants, where we had a chance. Yikes. But yeah, as far as that goes, I truly think the Giants are going to be decent just because of their defense. Eli Manning is always reliable. He's not that great. But
going to throw a bunch of picks,
especially
going to throw a bunch of TDs.
Yep. Brandon Marshall came out and said that Eli Manning's the best quarterback he's ever been with, which that's
every receiver who goes to a new team says that about their quarterback.
It means nothing.
But
his
knowing that he
were
set
Jay
records
Cutler
in
and Ryan
Denver
Fitzpatrick.
with Jay Cutler, that's hard to pick up after that.
Say that again, Corey.
That's hard to pick up after that.
What's hard to pick up?
Trying to say that Eli's better than Jay Cutler. Well, obviously now he is. But when you have that tandem between Jay Cutler...
If you go to Jay Cutler in his prime and Eli Manning in his prime...
Eli Manning's better.
They're the same player.
Yes. But I'm saying, you set records with a quarterback. Brady keeps hanging up on me, so we're having a strong problem over here. And it's throwing my words off. But, yeah. So...
I'd like to jump in there.
Your take on the Giants?
Well, I know you can't hear Brady.
Yeah,
right
no,
now.
he can hear me now. Yeah, I can hear you, Jack.
Can't hear him at
We're
all.
good.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, jump in.
Yeah, well, Corey won't answer my phone, so there's that. Anyway, I think the success of the Giants isn't on the running backs. I think it's on Eli Manning.
He's called me back.
Eli Manning is the only thing holding them back from the Super Bowl. Their defense is built for the Super Bowl. Their offense is built for the Super Bowl. Not every Super Bowl team has a good run game. That's not their strength. Their strength is the fact that they have OBJ, Brandon Marshall, Evan Ingram, a stud, Sterling Shepard. They should have one of the best passing offenses in the league, but they don't. Eli hasn't put up numbers worthy of the recognition he gets in years. As a DFS player, the dude, he's awful. I can't roster him. That's not the point, though. I wouldn't use that to justify my opinion. Eli is not reliable. He doesn't come up clutch anymore. He rarely does. And he's just bad at football. But he can be good at football. We've seen it. He's gotten hot before. So I
hot,
think the
hot. When Eli
Giants,
Manning gets hot, he's hot. But
he wasn't even hot in the Super Bowls that he won. He had one of the best defenses in the league and won with like 14 or 17 points.
No, but it seems like, and again, this might be something that I'm making up, but it seems like almost year in and year out, there's like a 4-game stretch where everybody's saying, "Oh my God, the Giants are unbeatable right now," and most of the time, that's when Eli Manning is playing like everybody thinks he should play. But that output is rarely consistent throughout, even more than like a 4 or 5 game stretch.
All I'm saying is if they don't make it to at least the division round of the playoffs, the Giants need to start thinking about their options because Eli hasn't done anything in the last 4 years, really, if you think about it, to give them hope that he can win another championship with them. They can't waste the team that they have. They've got a Super Bowl caliber defense and a great offense. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree completely. Corey?
Nope, I'm set on the Giants there.
Set on the Giants?
Yep.
Brady, any last words about the Giants?
Be aware, be scared of their defense. It's vicious. They're coming for you. They're coming for the Cowboys. I'm ready.
Yes, they are. Okay, now let's venture over to Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. Last year, they went 7-9, finished in last place in the NFC East. They had a busy offseason. Some of their big additions, obviously, wide receiver Alshon Jeffrey, running back LeGarrette Blount, wide receiver Torrey Smith is he's still there, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Chris Long, never bad to have a Super Bowl ring.
Nope.
On your, I don't know. I don't even know if he's going to start, but
he's definitely not going to start.
Yeah. D tackle Timmy Jernigan, and then they picked up a lot of players in the draft.
Big players too.
I didn't follow up to see how many of these guys actually made the 53. Probably all of them. So defensive end Derek Barnett in the first round, cornerback Sidney Jones in the second, cornerback Rasul Douglas in the third.
He's going to be good.
Running back Donnell Pumphrey in the fourth, wide receiver Mac Hollins in the fourth, and wide receiver Shelton Gibson in the fifth. So that's a lot of players being added to the mix there.
Yeah.
They did lose Connor Barwin, obviously. Everybody should have followed that one. Nose tackle Benny Logan, corner Nolan Carroll, and corner Leotis McKelvin.
Brady, do you want to weigh in on this first before I dive in?
Yeah, sure. Losing McKelvin was probably their biggest loss. He was probably one of their better players last season. They didn't really lose anybody key. Their defensive line is still stacked. Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham. I'm thinking Chris Long, I guess. You could throw him in there now. There are more names that I'm just drawing a blank on. Their secondary, they traded for Ronald Darby. Did we hit that?
Yeah.
I don't know if we hit that. Yeah, we did hit that. They traded for Ronald Darby, and he's immediately the best secondary player on their team outside of Malcolm Jenkins. Malcolm Jenkins is a damn good strong safety.
He's scary.
Yeah, he's definitely scary. I love seeing him and Dez argue before games. It's always fun. The defensive side of the ball, their secondary is going to be a weakness outside of Darby and Jenkins. The defensive line is a huge strength, and one of the best things about having a good defensive line is it makes up for the bad secondary by applying pressure on the quarterback and giving him less time to make throws. So hopefully, not hopefully, I don't like them, but they're going to try to get to the quarterback and protect their awful secondary a lot. On the offensive side of the ball, it's once in year two. This offseason, everybody proclaimed him. I've seen the experts call him the best quarterback in the East. Everybody's saying they'll take him over Dak. Okay, cool, good for you.
Kirk Cousins. Kirk is the best.
I like Kirk Cousins
in the East.
I like Kirk Cousins better than the other quarterbacks in the East. The offensive line is back healthy. Lane Johnson not suspended. Carson Wentz usually has a great split. It's really funny. As a DFS player, I notice this stuff. Carson Wentz has a great split when Lane Johnson is in the lineup protecting his left side. Or right, thinking about it. Oh, he's the lefty, so his blind side is right tackle instead of left tackle. So yeah, when Johnson is in the lineup. He's protecting Wentz. Wentz does a lot better. Alshon Jeffrey and Wentz in the preseason, Wentz targeted him heavily. I'd expect to see that during the season. Hopefully, Alshon can stay healthy. Ertz is definitely going to have a big year. Ertz is going to kill defenses. Him and Wentz just have that connection that, like every team, your quarterback has a wide receiver, has a certain connection with the wide receiver. With Wentz, it's his tight end, Zach Ertz. The running game is not good for the Eagles. Very similarly to the Giants. LeGarrette Blount, they were throwing to him in the preseason, which just didn't make sense. Like, they were targeting him in the run game, or in the run passing game. And I was just very shocked because in, like, however many years LeGarrette Blount was at New England, he had 30 total catches. So that's like 5 catches a year for Blount, and he had 5 catches in one game in the preseason.
Wow.
So that's a little weird. Pumphrey, their 4th-round pick, he's not going to dress week 1. He had an awful preseason. Wendell Smallwood is probably going to be their – I don't even know. They just have a cluster of running backs with Darren Sproles there too. You got Darren Sproles, the pass catcher, LeGarrette Blount, the short yardage guy, and then I guess Wendell Smallwood fits in there somewhere. But yeah, I'd expect them. When I look at them right now, I see an 8-8 team. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think there's a lot of variables that could go one way or the other. I think they could go 10-6. I think they could go 6-10.
Yeah.
So honestly, I don't know what to think about them. They're the biggest question mark for me in the NFC East.
Yeah. Yeah. I think their defensive line is going to make them better than they were. Whether or not Carson Wentz can return to his 4-game stretch to start his career is what's going to differ between the Eagles of last year and this year. Because he started his first 4 games, he looked like one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He didn't throw a pick. And then the other thing that I have with the Eagles, if Alshon Jeffrey can stay healthy, I think Carson Wentz will improve as a quarterback this year completely. And
he looked like Dak in his first 4 games.
Huh?
He looked like Dak in his first 4 games.
Why did we bring a Cowboys fan on? We need to rethink this. We really do. Ugh. Yeah, no, I mean, he looked good. I mean, the Wentz wagon was,
strong.
Oh, it was gone. It was loaded with people from far and wide, and then all of a sudden, everybody hopped off. But then the offseason came, and everybody's just like, oh, you know what? That Wentz wagon thing was fun. Let's hop back on.
Yeah, right.
I don't really know what he's shown to.
I haven't watched preseason
to merit all the
Real
praise
quick,
that he's been getting. Yeah.
Who would you guys rather have, Dak or if you were building a team right now? Would you rather have Dak or Wentz?
Dak, in my opinion.
Yeah, Dak.
Okay.
I think.
like it.
I don't know about I mean, natural ability, the intangibles is where it gets me. I mean, Dak's just a winner. He's programmed to win.
His greatest strength is his ability to lead, and I think his best quality is his ability to not get phased when the going gets tough. Plenty of times last season we started awful. I can count at least 5 games where we just had an awful first quarter or first half. But that's when rookies usually fold.
Right.
Dak would come out in the second half ready to go, and you guys all saw that in the Green Bay playoff game. We went down 21-3.
Yep.
Down 21-3 in the playoffs against Aaron Rodgers. At halftime, people were calling for 9 God, my boy, my lover. I love that man. I'm naming my first kid after him, Tony Romo. I just called him my lover, no homo.
I mean, but if it's homo, that's okay.
And he came out, first drive of the game, and threw a 50-yard bomb to first drive of the half. He came out and threw a 50-yard bomb to Dez and brought us back to almost go into overtime and possibly win the game. So that's what I love about Dak. He's a gamer. He lives to compete. I don't have to worry about him off the field like I do Zeke. I'm talking to you, Zeke. But yeah, that's why I like
He's
Dak.
a loyal listener. He listens to our podcast.
I do see some of that in Carson Wentz as well. He's a gamer. Like, he had them in games against really good teams last year that they had no business being in. And that's a quality that you want. You want a guy who loves football and competes and wants to win.
Yeah.
But as far as actual playing, Wentz was very undisciplined in the pocket last season, which led to his 14 touchdowns and 16 interceptions.
Yeah.
Brady, I got a question for you.
Shoot.
Do you think Dak Prescott is